Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United Direction Super Sunday turned out to be an absolute disaster for Manchester United after a good start of 4 games in a row, consecutive wins, but unfortunately today they say all good things suddenly come to an end. It was the Manchester derby and Man United got obliterated, decapitated, decimated by 6 goals to 3. Joining me today from Tampa is Devin. Devin, welcome to the show. What can I say, mate? How do you feel?
Devastated, to say the least, right now. We had a long time since we last played a Premier League match.
Yep.
I think 3 weeks right now.
Yeah, exactly 3 weeks to the day.
I can tell you, here in Florida, I was really hoping for something positive because we could sure
Wow.
use after most of the southern state got wrecked by Hurricane Ian.
Yeah. You needed something.
We were very fortunate here in Tampa to not have as much damage as they had.
Kay, the lady I told you who's in, she's in South Florida. Yeah, she said that it wasn't so bad, that you guys were lucky.
We were very lucky, but with that being said, obviously, we were looking for a good morale booster. I was hoping United would have done that, and obviously not. So, and with the early start, it just absolutely ruined my Sunday.
Yeah, that early start it does break you mentally because you do a lot of sacrificing in the morning, and to now see this. So at 4-0 first half, what was going through your mind? Did you think, because they were showing fans leaving?
So my whole thing was, I thought there were two big things to me that I thought were a big game changer.
Right.
I thought, well, when Varane went down off of that injury, and I saw that, I went, oh God. My first, because I can tell you from playing and always, it's well, at that point I think we're down 2-0.
Yes, that was the goal that Haaland scored.
Varane goes down.
Yes.
So already a man down on a set piece.
Right.
And to make matters worse, I think it was the man that was supposed to be marking Haaland was the one who went down.
Yes.
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh God. I just had a feeling something was going to happen right there. Goes in and scores it. You go right to the next goal. He can barely walk properly. And then I'm pretty sure people are still going to blame him for that next counter.
Because they said he saw the ball that I
just don't think that he could have, I think he was hurt. And it's just it sucks because yes, he's at fault for the goal. But if you're injured, then what more can you can only try so hard. And it's just, I thought that was a big difference maker. The second thing was, when you look for matches in the past, how many times, after we lost those first 2 games, we went on that unbeaten run, starting with Liverpool, how often did you see the other teams even get the chance to start to play their own style of play? The 2 players in particular who were the most disappointing to me today were McTominay and Eriksen. How many times did you see when United was getting hit on the counterattack, they had the opportunity to stop it? Foul, take one for the team.
Nothing.
Whatnot. Even when Malacia,
it's like they were taking turns.
When Malacia got booked, he took that for the team.
Yeah.
It was not. I do not blame him one bit for getting his booking. He took that one. He took that one for the team. Sometimes you have to do that as a teammate. You can get in the dressing room and you can yell at the other person later on, but at that moment, it just seemed like they didn't want to do it. And they came out very sluggish. The only thing that makes sense to me about that is just complacency. And I said this before. My fear going into this match was not playing at that level for 3 weeks. It could come back to haunt us.
Right. You said.
It's just and then we came out in the second half and we played better in the second half. We actually outscored City in the second half.
3-2.
That's what made the first half so much more frustrating, because we were capable of playing that from the beginning, but we chose not to for whatever reason it was.
Do you think we showed them too much respect, especially for the first 20 minutes?
No, I think we showed them too much respect for the entire game. I think
one of the guys said that in the match reactions.
It was you wanted to win this game, you had to come out with that same intensity that you were doing against other teams, especially against Liverpool. I think that's the only reason why we won that game against Liverpool, to be honest. We bossed them off the pitch. We weren't afraid to get bookings. We weren't afraid of any of that stuff. But I told people before, I said I was going to play a bet in this game based on what was going to McTominay was going to get booked. McTominay never came close.
Exactly.
And any challenges like that. So sometimes in games where you have to play the dark arts. If it takes you a booking to stop a counterattack, to stop them from playing, you have to disrupt their flow of play. United were too respectful to their flow of play.
We said this last time. You said it. You mentioned it, that there's no way this guy's not going to get a yellow card. And for some reason, you could see from his game that we know he plays, he's always getting a yellow card. In a game of this magnitude, for him not to get a yellow card, it tells you something. Either he was not in the game, or he was avoiding to get stuck in the game.
But you know something else that I've actually been going back and forth, like thinking about this since. I almost feel like City knew that, because did you notice they were doing a lot more attacking on Eriksen than McTominay?
Yes.
So that's another thing that I was actually very curious about. Like, I actually wanted McTominay and Casemiro to start the second half together.
Right.
Like, no, you want to play this game? Play disruptors. Get the bookings now. You want to play your pretty game? Get punished. Exactly. That's what I was hoping to see. And I thought, for as good as Eriksen was previously before,
he was horrible today, man.
I thought he was horrible. I thought he was very wasteful, especially when he kept on trying these hero long balls that just simply were not working. And to make matters, like, I'll tell you this right now, you know what I think City did better than United today? I think City actually played United's normal tactics, where, like, you sit there, you absorb the attack, you get the players right out of position, and you hit him on the counter. And I think City just did it better than United today.
Yes, they did.
And that was a big difference maker.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get right to the player ratings. We all know. Let's start with De Gea. He didn't have much to do, but everything that was hitting him.
You can't. How many of those goals would you say he's actually at fault for? I can't say any of them.
No, really. Well, but he wasn't close to any though. None of them he was close to.
He didn't have any chances. How many of them were just like
they said the first goal was his near post. The first goal was his near post.
There's and this is something that I've heard people say a lot of times, where a keeper should not be getting beaten near post.
Yes.
If you leave somebody unmarked, like that close, like right in between the penalty space and the 6-yard box, and you shoot it with pace, I'm so, like, if it's that well struck of a shot like that was, like Foden's was, I still cannot blame him. I can't blame him for what. Also, don't forget, right before that, there was like 3 minutes into the game.
I heard he made a great save.
Incredible stop there too. So he was stepping up. He was doing what he could. But when you're just so helpless and you're getting hit by those counterattacks, and you're passing the ball across the box that quick and whatnot, and all you can do is hope that you get something on it. I can't fault him, but at the same time, you still conceded 6. So you can't exactly give a high rating for that. But this was not his fault today.
Foden's third goal. The third goal Foden scored in the second half. De Gea's near post again, whereby the left side of the Gea's right side, when it was just terrible, man. The goals are just playing up in my mind. But so what? Anyway, what are you grading? What are you going to give De Gea? Don't be shy now.
5.5.
5.5. Okay. I'm giving him 5. Right. Malaysia.
Probably a 5.
5. Delo.
I thought he was very unlucky to get his booking so soon.
Early. That's just stupid.
Like, you're gonna give bookings for that, and it just, especially so early in a derby, and you pull out a booking that early, like that sets the tone for the rest of the match after that.
Yeah. And I don't think you got enough help with Anthony on that side at all.
It's got to be a 5.
I'll give him a 5 as well. Varane.
Unfortunate with the injury, which also put him at fault for the goal. Yeah, unfortunate he was at fault for that goal, so you have to, for the time he was on, a 5. Like it's gonna be. You're gonna see a lot of fives here across the back line.
5. Okay. Varane for the goal he conceded, I'm giving a 4.5.
So I took that into consider. I took the fact that he was hurt into consideration for that, and he wasn't able to.
I'm gonna bump mine to 5 then. All right,
That's
Martinez. He seemed to be the only one who was okay.
Martinez. I mean, it's hard to really put anybody that high up today on the side. I'll give him a 5.5.
To give Martinez 5.5. I'm giving him a 6.
At the same time, you're part of a backline that conceded 6.
Right, let's go to the midfield. McTominay.
They're both. So I'm just gonna put them both together. They're both getting 4s.
I'm giving McTominay 3.5.
Like this, if there was
Ericsson.
if there was ever a match to get the booking and be the enforcer, and it was this one.
I know, right? It's Everton next weekend. Oh Jesus! What are you giving Ericsson? You said 4.5 as well.
Yeah,
I'm giving Ericsson a 4. Bruno.
This one is gonna be probably a 4.5 as well.
Bruno to me 4.3. We're going to the attack. Rashford.
He was absent from the game
completely, mate. Absolutely synonymous. No, you couldn't even find him. I didn't even know he was on that game.
So
he must have been fit to play. So he was fit enough to play. So there's no excuse that I was kind of injured. No, that is not going to work. Because if he was fit, they started him, so he was fit enough to start. So that excuse of no.
Or it could have been that it was just he was rushed back just to hope they can make an impact, because sometimes they do that as well too. But you know what? I'm gonna give my midfield to a 3.5. I'll give Rashford the 4.
So you took that one down.
That was a difference maker to me.
Right.
And
Rashford.
They were the 2 worst United players, and Rashford was not as bad as them. He was absent from the game, but he was not as bad as them.
So you're giving Rashford how much? 4.5?
4.
I'll give Rashford 4 too. Sancho.
Probably a 4.5, I think.
I'm giving Sancho 4. He was poor. He didn't run at the defenders. It's like they kept passing backwards to the midfield, who didn't even know what to do with the ball. And Sancho, to me today, he was poor. He just didn't do anything with the ball. He didn't cause them any threats. And you know, because Rashford has pace, they brought faster centre backs on Rashford.
I predicted him being United's first goal scorer today. As I was expecting off of obviously before the unfortunate passing of Queen and the international break. I thought that he was there thinking like, oh, Southgate, you don't want to put me into the side.
I'll show you.
Put me in this England side, especially yesterday when Jared Bowen scored, who took his spot in the England side. I was thinking Sancho was going to come out and say, oh, you don't want to select me, Southgate. Watch me go in sun mode right now. That's what I was expecting.
I know he was synonymous.
He was not there. And you're playing against your old club. I was fully.
He was not there.
I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah, we'll see something today.
He was not even in the game. He was just poor. I'm giving him a 4. Anthony.
So he was. I thought that you have to give credit to the goal. The goal was spectacular. There is no taking that away. Other than that, I thought he was kind of out of the game. He had a couple other chances that he was very wasteful with.
You were very right. The word wasteful, and people use the word selfish today, that he got to the byline at times and still trying to shoot instead of cutting the ball back.
But with that being said, he did get on the score sheet today. So you have to give him bonus. You have to give him bonus for that. But at the same time, you can't rate him the highest player because Martial had a good comeback. So I think I have to give him a 5.5.
5. I'm giving him 5, straight 5, because he scored. I did not score. He's getting the 3.5 or 4 because he
But
was
I mean that was also like
wasteful,
that.
very
Like
wasteful.
I mean, I think with that goal, like at the time when we needed it, like
Mm,
and you needed something big
a
to
lift.
break that defense, and that opened up the game because now they were like, oh yeah, no more clean sheet. Now you have to mark him a little bit differently and go for. I have to give credit for that.
Right. Okay. Let's go to the substitutions that came on. Casemiro.
Well, he was played out of position. Like to me, it seemed like he was playing more like a center back than as a defensive midfielder. Probably a 5 in this game, I
5
think.
for Casemiro.
Yeah.
Fred. I'm giving Casemiro 5 as well. 5.
Fred. I don't know if I saw enough of him in that game to. Well, actually, I stand corrected. I stand corrected because his shot was the one which Ederson had to deflect. He shot it hard enough where Ederson couldn't control it properly to set it up for Martial's goal. So you have to. So he gets credit for that. But besides that, I don't really know what else to get in the game. But because even though it doesn't count as an assist, he was the one that put the shot on for Martial to score it. 5.5, I guess.
I'm giving him a 5. Now let's go to Anthony Martial, who came in 15 minutes to go, wasn't it? 15 minutes to go.
You can call them consolation goals, whatever else you want to. We lost the game no matter what. But for him to come back like that after a long injury layoff and score twice in a derby like that, and the first one with the header, like obviously it was good because how many times before would you see Marcel a little hesitant to even put his head in that position to go with?
Not a lot, mate.
Yeah,
they don't head balls.
He gets credit for that. That penalty that he took, no keeper saving that penalty.
No way. No. I was nervous for him.
I honest to God thought that we was gonna miss that penalty.
Me too.
I have to admit it. I have to say the good and the bad on this. I thought he was gonna miss that penalty. I thought with the way it was getting, Ederson was saving it, but he placed it and hit it perfectly.
Yes, and I mean it felt a bit good. It just eased a bit. It just made you feel like okay.
So in my opinion, he was United's best player off of that cameo, so he has to be the highest rated player.
How much you giving him?
6.5.
I think I'll go with the same with you, 6.5. Now, Eric Ten Hag, substitutions, tactics today, and selection is the team selection.
So the team selection, I predicted that selection. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We were looking very good going into this game. So I would have said pre-match he had that spot on. We looked good. The formation was working. We're getting chemistry there. Tactics wise, I cannot figure out if this was Ten Hag that told him not to play this, or if this was the players coming sluggish.
Right.
I cannot for the life of me figure that out because it's not like before where they just didn't run. They tried. We lost that game on the counterattack in the midfield. And an unfortunate injury to Varane.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 goals right off the bat, right there.
Right. And his team selection.
I think he got his substitutions right though. Because if you think about it, the damage control after he made his changes and whatnot, the bleeding stopped. And technically we outscored them in the second half. It's just they came out spectacular in the first half. So he got that part right. He stopped the bleeding from that. It's a shame though that coming off such a long break, we had to play a team like City.
I know, right? It's like really, mate. I mean, Haaland was a beast. I'll tell you that.
What's the most unfortunate part about this was, like I told everybody right off the back, I said he's going to score in this game. I knew it. I just did not predict a hat trick. But with that being said, I would have been incredibly stupid not to have him as my captain in my fantasy side, along with 90% of the other fantasy team owners.
Right.
Like it's hard because like you want to think emotionally off your team, but you also want to make sure you're thinking logically. And I knew he was scoring in this game. I didn't expect a hat trick from him.
It would have been hard for him not to score in this game. I mean, because I think someone said on his interview with Gary Neville yesterday, he said, give me a yard and I'll take care of the rest. He just needs that space. He had that blister, just the short burst of pace. Because the final goal he scored, that hat trick, the one that was more the center spot penalty area, there was no one close to him. He had the free, they cut the ball. He was right there, boom, centered straight. The corner kick header, do you think anyone could have done better? Goalkeeper, the header, that's a set piece.
Well, it's also, remember, we're a man down. We're a man down going because Varane is coming because he went down with the injury. And we would have said, I believe Varane would have been the one marking him on that one.
Right. It was McTominay and Ericsson, I think it was.
No, so McTominay was marking, I think it was Bernardo Silva.
Right.
But I think Varane would have had to be the one that would have been marking Haaland, take him off. And it's always, anytime you make a change on a set piece, especially corner.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah, anytime you do that, you're in trouble. So, and that I just had a feeling off that one. Right. The injury just like killed us.
Right. So, what did you give Erik ten Hag and everything?
Has to be. I'm between a 4.5 or a 5.
Ooh-wee. I'm going with 4.5, mate. Easily 4.5.
Because I mean, yeah, the first half was absolutely abysmal, but he stopped bleeding and he made the right changes that he needed to in the second half as needed. But it was a little bit too late, I think.
Too late.
But with that being said, how is he supposed to expect for the Varane injury as bad as it was? I think it was one of those where like he was like Varane was hurt and he tried to play on and he couldn't, and it's just unfortunate that City took advantage of it and attacked and the next goal right afterwards. And you notice how he got hauled off right after that.
Oh, Lindelof, we forgot to do Lindelof.
Yeah, let's see, Lindelof now.
He came up for Varane.
Yeah, and I think he was pretty decent too.
Yes, I thought so too.
He was not at fault for well, yeah, probably 5.5, I think, for Lindelof.
I'll give him a 5.6. I think he did try. I think him and Martinez tried to really shut the balls that De Bruyne was trying to feed into Haaland. So they were cutting. I mean, that goal that Haaland scored, that De Bruyne made that pass was crisp. The pass was like in between two of them, and he knew Haaland's gonna get there. At that point, Varane was struggling. People are saying Delort on the other side of Haaland should have done better. I doubt he would be able to cut him because this guy is on his side. Varane, so he was in the middle. He was in the middle of both of them.
We forgot to bring in somebody else as well. So I don't think you mentioned Luke Shaw.
Oh yes, Luke Shaw. Lindelof, you gave 5.5. What Luke Shaw?
Luke Shaw probably gets a 5.
5. I'll give him 5 as well. Nothing spectacular. So what are you giving the whole team for this team's performance today? What are you grading the team? They're 4-0 down in the first half, 3-2 in the second half.
4.5 overall.
The whole team, 4.5. I'll give them a 4, mate. 4.
You don't come out on a derby. I don't care what form you're in and all that. You don't come out like that for a derby right off, like, especially, I don't care if it's a long break or whatnot. You know what's coming. You know what you're about to face.
Exactly.
You know how much this means to people in Manchester. You've been told about it. It's been hyped for all these weeks now, and you come out that bad in the first half.
That's unacceptable, mate. Absolutely unacceptable. I thought, like you said, when we want to go down so early, I thought this doesn't sound good. I mean, you don't want to give City that momentum so early in the game. They didn't even have to work. It's like as soon as the whistle was blown, you know when you go to those racetracks, the dog racetracks, when the gates open and they were like that, straight up. So United were already on the back foot so early. And like you said, the midfield, they were like non-existent. So these guys were just taking turns. Bernardo Silva would take his turn, De Bruyne would take his turn, like going right through the middle, and no one, it's like them two, Ericsson and McTominay were really struggling.
I just those two are the most disappointing to me today, which is why I rated them the lowest that I did today.
Well, people said Bruno was very wasteful.
So I think Ericsson was more wasteful than him today.
I thought so too.
I just don't think Bruno acted like a proper captain today.
Why? Because he was dogging the ref?
It was a big factor in me giving him such a low rating in this game. Because yes, he was a little bit wasteful with some of his chances. He took a couple like ridiculous shots, like long shots.
Exactly.
Anthony when he thought that he could do the same and things like that. And like when you're getting like, to me, he wasn't showing passion, inspiring his troops and whatnot. The only time I saw him show passion is when he talked himself into the book, like towards the half and towards the end of the second half. And I'm like, where was that passion throughout all game?
In the first half.
Why are you not motivating the rest of the players as well to come in and do something there? And it's just, yes, as bad as like he was as wasteful, he was not the most wasteful player.
Right.
Like it's just the City players read Ericsson like a book. They saw he had those long passes looking for it, and they were just expected it. They were sitting back, let United have the possession, let them pass on, do whatever. As soon as he tried to do something, then they stepped up and absorbed it. And while that was being done, you saw the United team like basically bringing up all the players to shorten up the field to create the advantage. However, when you create that overload, and as soon as you lose it, all your players are out of position to set up for the counter. And then with that being said, when you're on the counter attack, if you know you're out of position like that, I'm sorry, you got to take one for the team, aka Malacia, aka what Malacia did. Like, I don't think any manager is going to be upset at Malacia for drawing that yellow card.
No, I won't. I don't think they should be.
Who was it that lost that did such a bad that hospital pass? Was it Rashford with that hospital pass? I think
that pass was horrendous, mate. I mean, really, mate.
You have to take the booking there. I'm sorry. Like, hey, look, you come in there. If any manager wants to get upset at him for getting that booking for that, go after the player who did the pass in the first place.
Pass was terrible.
Yeah.
But United play on Thursday. They got Everton away next Sunday. Can they? Because remember when we got beaten by Brentford, they got the. But City seemed to be a bit sharper. Just that extra.
No, it was more like we lost to Brentford because we didn't run. We did not run in this game. And in that game, in this game today, we just showed City way too much respect. It was almost like they were playing afraid of them, afraid to go in and do something and get exposed or whatnot. No, if you're gonna play timid like that, you should have never stepped out in the first place.
So people are saying maybe Ten Hag's gonna punish them now and tell them to run more miles as they did against Brentford.
That will not work for this one.
Again,
we were not beaten for that. We just showed the team we just showed City way too much respect.
Right. How good was City today?
They were.
I know it's a difficult question. How good was City?
They were absolutely clinically phenomenal today. Haaland is the closest thing to Brazilian Ronaldo that I've seen.
Yeah.
He is absolutely lethal in front of goal. And the thing was, like, it was weird because he was fairly quiet up until he got that first goal, then he just exploded out on the
Exactly. Yeah, he was quiet.
Yeah, and that's that you have to give credit for that. And then it's just like, and you like when you're first seeing, you bring in Ake and Akanji, I think were the center backs today.
Yes, they got pace for center back who gave Rashford not an inch of space, not an inch.
So Pep got his tactics right, and
100%, mate. 100%.
He got it spot on, and you have to give credit where credit was due. There's no debating it. When City were miles the better team today. It's not like as poor as I thought like the official was with giving the booking so early, and I thought that he wasn't calling a lot of fouls United's way. That's no excuse because City were still better. Even without that, City were better.
100%.
So you cannot blame any officiating decisions on that. City were just flat out the better side today. They looked the real deal. They absolutely looked the real deal today.
Right. You saw Martial back to goal. The way he turned for that penalty, only he would afford that. Rashford would have not done that. You know that, right? Because Rashford, Martial is back. He swiveled to get through, like try and dribble his way into the box, and it took his legs off. Rashford, I know, would have passed it back, tried to run for try and get someone to play the ball back into him, into his feet. But this guy is a very intelligent player. He's very intelligent, Martial, and because those two defenders, they didn't even know what he was trying to do. By the time they figured it out, he was already out behind them, and they had to bring it down. It was straight. Should he have come on a bit earlier?
I don't know. And we can look back and say on this stuff right now, but we don't know what his fitness levels were like. He's been out for so long. So I cannot say, I cannot give the answer on that one.
Right. So, as you feel now, 6 goes to 3. The point is, you don't. Like you said, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter. It's sometimes, is it the manner of the defeat or how big the defeat was? In your case, is it the manner?
It's the manner of it's the manner of the defeat. I can take a loss, like if you're going out and you're giving it your absolute all, and you have some absolute heartbreak that happens or whatnot. But you know what? You went out, you gave it your all, you played the way, just you got something very unlucky that happened, but you showed heart and did all that. It's like when we got beat 5-0 by Liverpool last season.
Don't remind me, mate. That was a nightmare. I think that was worse than this.
And that one, the team had absolutely no backbone in it. Like I said, if you lose like that, you better be going down fighting, giving your all and everything too. So, and this one, the team does have to get some credit for coming back in the second half and showing some heart there. But that first half is still unexcusable.
100%. I agree. I think they showed too much respect. I think the first goal stunned them. That yellow card so early kind of, I thought it was very harsh.
The first, it was right off the back when De Gea had to make that save. They had that chance, and there was like a pinball machine back there. The first goal comes in. Dalot gets that absolutely ridiculous yellow card so early in the game, and then Varane going down.
That was the turning point. Turning point first half. Right. So when next for United? They got a game on Thursday and they got a game on Sunday. What do you hope for? Can they recover? Can they come back? Everton away, Sunday.
Need maximum points.
Maximum points. Because Arsenal, they're pulling away slowly.
Slowly. Well, I think it's only a 1-point gap right now, I think, between them and City. So
they played the same equal number of games. We still have a game in hand.
We have one game in hand. I think, let me see. I gotta look at the table now. Let me do a quick check.
Right.
So we are 9 points behind Arsenal.
Ooh.
Right now. So right now, off of 8, well, technically it's match week 9, but all the teams have only played 8 games so far. Arsenal, their only blemish is a loss to us.
Exactly. They've not even drawn any games, mate.
No, it's one.
I was surprised when I looked at the table yesterday.
They've won 7 and lost 1. And they looked so good against Spurs. It's not even funny.
I expected Spurs to be. Did you see that game?
Yes, they look so good against them. Wow. I still don't think that was a straight red card.
Oh, Spurs got red.
Yeah, I forget which player it was.
How early in the game was it?
I think it was. Yeah, it was in the second half. But
did that change the game? What was the score at the time?
It was a studs up challenge, but the ref gave a straight red for it. I thought it was a yellow, but to come right out with a straight red like that, I didn't.
Conte must have been fuming.
So there was, but even with that being said, you look at for Partey when he scored that first goal, it was absolutely a screamer from that. Jesus got lucky off of Lloris's mistake. Who else scored in that game? I can't remember all this stuff. I think Martinelli got an assist in that game. But it's just like, but going back from that, Arsenal looked so good yesterday. They're top of the league by 1 point right now. City's right on their toes.
I think
We
City and Arsenal play soon.
Sorry?
I think City and Arsenal play soon. Or have they already? Yeah.
And so here's the interesting part right now. So even with our game in hand right now, the highest we could go is 4th.
Oh shit.
And with that being said, the two teams ahead of us, Brighton and Chelsea, both have that extra game in hand as well too.
Damn. So we've already dropped off. So we've already dropped 9 off the table.
Yes.
Oh well. Like I said, you got to get a result, Everton. There's no
absolutely
defeat is not even comprehensible. It's not even a thought.
We absolutely need a result. And with that, and also with that, it's you need to give up. Ronaldo has to play on Thursday.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but he's got to play on Thursday. We have to get the result on Thursday, and we got to rotate to get ready. And now I think we're playing 2 matches a week, but every week now between now and the World Cup.
Yes.
So we have to be smart about this, and with the injuries, because now we're down 2 center backs.
That's true. Maguire and Varane. Wow. So he's got to manage it. He's got to manage it very well.
Yes, indeed. So need to go out, need to get these results early in Europa League. Rotate the side quickly to get ready for
Sunday.
Yes. And I also like it's weird because I want to see Martial and Ronaldo get good minutes on Thursday as a fitness test going into Sunday.
Everton. So you don't think Rashford should start on Thursday? It should be brought in at all on Thursday?
No, well, if he does, it's like not playing the full 90. Because remember, we got 5 changes to make, so like you can rotate around as need be. Right. But we absolutely and this is why that first loss really hurts so bad right now. This is exactly why.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So United, I'm not saying it's panic mode right now. I just think they need to go on Thursday, get a result. Sunday, get a result, because it's just going to be Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday.
It goes again where I said my biggest fear was just the drop off in the level from knowing was like you forget what level you have to play at after not playing for so long. You go international break, which is not play the same level as Premier League football. So that's that, and you lose that momentum that you had going.
Yep. And that's what happened today. But people asked, like one of the guys said, as United didn't look sharp, why did City still look sharper? What was City's incentive that made them sharper in a Manchester derby that United also knew the importance and gravity of this game? Why were they sharper? They were always a step ahead.
They had leadership and experience who have been through it before, who know how much it meant impact. This was Ten Hag's first derby.
Right.
I truly don't. I think he spoke a good game of it, but I don't think he realized until he went through it.
Yeah. So now he's been through it and he's seen what it takes, and he's seen City now. Hopefully in the next return game when we play City, be after the World Cup, he will get his ducks in a row properly. And I know he's smart. He's a smart enough guy to figure it out. You know, right?
Correct.
Right, Devin, it's been an absolute pleasure today talking with you, doing the player ratings. Thank you so much for coming on. Wasn't the Sunday we expected or anticipated, but football is a funny old game. As beautiful as the game could be, it could be very painful.
Indeed.
I will try to be understanding till Thursday. I can't comprehend another defeat back to back.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
not. I don't think I could handle that one. So hopefully Ten Hag, I don't know if you saw I'm going to listen to Ten Hag's press conference and see what, did you get to listen to it? Yeah.
No, this is one of those
yeah. After the final was that you were done. You didn't want anything else. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Right, Devin, thank you, bro. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Spotify and everything else. So don't forget to check us out and subscribe and get us help this channel to grow as fast as it can. Devin, thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. Or we'll probably even try and get you on before for the match preview against Everton over the weekend. Hopefully, we would have got a good result on Thursday. All right, Devin, thank you very much. You take care. God bless. Another day, Manchester United have lost by 6-3 to the Manchester neighbours. From us, it's goodbye and good night. Take care, bro.
Take care.